Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is the Playing with Trash series and we've got Timoilski starting out over here. Not a lot going on just yet. I wanted to just double check. Yeah, we've got get citizens on a few of these. Let's just switch that off so that if we decide to go and build, we don't have the get citizens thing straight away. So that's our first piece. I think we'd be able to, if we do another shop somewhere over here, we'd probably be able to double that or on the other side, and it'll look pretty natural, I think, if we do something like that. It's pretty good. We can potentially plan for a future rail or something like that. I don't know if we'll have access to a lot of that, to be honest. Oh, we have access to metro straight away? I do wonder if at some point in the future we'll go ahead and do some above ground metro stations or something. But I'd rather leave some space open. Maybe what we'll do is, if we're going to say we're going to double it on this side, right? Maybe what we do is let's allocate a bit of a reserve for us to do a future metro, right? So something like that should be a reasonable amount of space for some future metro work in here. Now, what we will need to do is let's have a quick look at water. So water will be, I think, as a starting point, I might go multiple small water wells. Oh, we need power. Power, we will need to bring in from our Soviet border post. Excellent. That will work unless we do our power straight away. So we can get 18 megawatts in here. We need to kind of research the super high voltage. So the best we can do is 15. That's okay. I'm quite comfortable with 15. So let's have a look at that. If we bring it out, yeah, probably going to leave it on this side of the road so that we don't potentially mess up with with the rail. Sorry, I've been a bit quiet there. Let's do one that turns a little bit more, maybe like that. I want to have it fairly close to the highway, but kind of not on top of it. But yeah, something like this is probably about right. And as we get ourselves here somewhere, this might be a spot for us to have a splitter of some sorts. And here is where I'm kind of thinking high voltage switches, right? If we flip that around, now that's going to go into one direction and one direction only. Alternatively, we can do something like this. Yeah, I think we're probably going to do a little something like this instead. Okay, I think that's about right. Question would be, do we, you know what? Let's give ourselves one or two more locations where we're actually going to do that. So let's do maybe something like that. Grab one. And here somewhere. I do like this as a bit of a setup. We'll go there. We'll go there. Perfect. So now we can actually split off some stuff. I'll go up to about here, up to about there, and in the middle there. Okay, so now we have at least one or two places where we can split some power off if we need to. Whether we will actually end up using that in the way we're kind of thinking at the moment, I don't quite know. Okay, and now what we'll do is we'll split off something to up to about here somewhere. Okay, so let's see. So now we need one of these, right? We need a power transformer. Now, you do have the standard pass-through power transformers. But you also have these kind of ones. So I'm kind of tempted to maybe find a little spot for it. Say something like this. It's not a lot that we can tie off of that, right? So we may, okay, hang on. Let's do a little bit more. Let's do a little bit more of this. I don't like this switch the way it kind of works. You know what? That means we can do it something like this over here somewhere. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll bring in... No, please don't do that. That's horrendous. We'll do... That actually works. I'm okay with doing it like that. Let's stretch it out a little bit more. Excellent. There we go. Run it in. Just run it in. Okay. All the way. Okay, so something like that, and then what we'll do is we'll grab ourselves the transformer. We'll do that straight over here. So what can we get out of that? So if we say we're going to go potentially these guys, so electric substations, we can do up to, I can't remember exactly how much we can do. 2.5, I think. What is the maximum we can put in there? I think it was 2.5, really. So if we say let's say 2 times 6 gives us 12. So is there something on a 12? Yeah. So we could potentially drop it down a little bit and make it a little bit more natural. So if we've got 15 coming in, we can do 10 and maybe another 5 or something, 13 and 6 or 10 and 6 or something to that effect. So if we do... Well, let's not get crazy. Let's go 13 straight away. I think 13 is going to be fine. We do need to make sure that we've got all of these things kind of connected. I don't like all of those, but anyway, that's fine. So we have got our trash in place. Now we need some... We might go underground cables from there, to be honest. So give me my power infrastructure. Grab power. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with these substations. Oh, that's a lot better, actually. Oh, we're only going to need 2 in here, I think. So let's grab it. Do 1 over there. And then maybe 1 over on this side, and we'll try and squeeze it up a little bit more. I'm not sure if it's gonna, yeah, anyway, we'll do something like that. Okay, so now we've got 2 of them, and they're pretty much on the same alignment. So what I will do is let's go with underground cabling, the 1.45. Yeah, so ultimately we're not gonna really go crazy with it. So let's go underground. What I would like to do is actually run it. Like so. That's our first one, and we'll tie that one in there. Then the next one can run all the way alongside it. Beautiful. Up to about there somewhere, and we'll go about tying that in. Yeah, beautiful. We'll get it to tie in. Come on. Here we go. Do something like that. So now we've got our first few power connections sorted out. So we'll have some power in this area. Okay, good stuff. That's a good idea. So power will be available. Hopefully that's sufficient. I haven't done any any calculations on that. That's just not the way I roll. But let's see. What about the next piece? So now we need some water infrastructure. We might need some extra power somewhere up here. So what we can do, so what I thought I'd do is I'll get, so these do about 70 per day. That does 2. So that's about three of these ones gets me one of those, but then we need workers up here. So I might just do multiple of these, and we can start off by just getting about 1 or 2 of them going. And the idea is really that if we do it up here somewhere, right, we have a big downward slope, and we don't need as much in the line of kind of water pressure. But to be very honest, we're going to use the pumps anyway. Do we? If we build it up there, right? If we build, let's say we do. So we do 3 of them. Like so, right? It's pretty good quality. We will need to provide a little bit of a road connection up here as well. And I think we'd be probably okay for the most part. It can go down pretty much in any direction, so that's fine. We'll get it to go down that way. So that'll be our water infrastructure up on the hill, which I kind of like the idea of, so that it's already got a pretty deep slope. But it's a strange place to have like wells right on the top of the hill. Somehow it just doesn't feel quite right to me. Do I do that? Nah, let's not do that. It's a little. Yeah, no, let's not do that. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Why would you put a well on the top of the hill? No, just doesn't make sense. So, thought I'm being smart, but realistically, that's not what will happen. So what we'll do is we'll get it at the base of the of this area. To be honest, it could be somewhere like this or somewhere like this, where it's quite low, but we still need to do some. Yeah, we could do it here. To be honest. Yeah, that's okay. And then we can do something that actually uses workers. So what we can do then is we'll do one that doesn't do workers, okay? Because that's just kind of okay, so let's do it over here on this side. We will have workers be able to walk here, right? So this one that doesn't need a worker, we'll do it like that, okay? And then give me one of the big water wells. Something like this, because that will be able to have... Let's flip it around. Yes, that's the one. We'll do something like that. Yeah, we'll do something like this. Right? And then what we'll also need to do is provide some cleaning, right? So we'll need to do some treatment. Big water treatment, 300 a day. So that's 210 plus 70, right? So that's almost the full scope of it. If we go back to mods and we just go here and say water treatment. So this guy does 390, and that's one. Yeah, so this one, we might be able to do, mixed waste again. Yeah, we need to keep that in mind. We need to remember about the waste that's going to come out of all of this. Let's get our water treatment in place. Let's just go with what I wanted to do is let's make that our favorite there. So it does pop up over here on the favorites, but let's just get the standard big one. If we need to do more, we'll end up doing more ultimately. Probably going to want to do something like this. Where's the river? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll run that way. We'll run water this way, and we'll run sewage this way, and then dump it out on somewhere over here. Okay, so we'll do that. Now, what we'll need to do is definitely get ourselves some pumping stations. I'm gonna, just go for the modded pumping stations. Let's just go with pumping stations. So that's pipe pumping stations. Okay, let's go with, is it? Hang on, water pumps, right? Big water pumping station, that's the one. Grab me that one. So if I go over here to the pumping stations, we can get this guy. And it'll work quite nicely. We'll flip it around and we'll start pumping some water up on the side of the road. I would like to do multiple of these guys so that we're always kind of ready to go. Let's flip this around, and now we'll do it in the other direction. Okay, so now we've got multiple kind of pumping stations in this area. What I would like us to do is probably make sure we've got a bit of a reservoir in place. So let's get a reservoir. So it's a water tower, right? So let's go into the mods again. I'm already getting into my mods. A water tower. I think this is the one I'm after. Let's make sure that one is in there. That's more like a reservoir than a water underground. We could do this one actually. So it's not a big one. If we do something like that, we will still need to do yet another pump, I think. And this one could maybe just be a small pump, but I'm not too sure though. Yeah, there's lots of pumps, right? We're using lots of pumps at the moment. So let's do that. And trying to be as resilient as possible. So always use the big pipes. I'm gonna go underground. That's okay. And we're gonna do something like this. We're gonna do something like that. And then the center one is gonna go in there. And it's gonna go back over that way. We're also going to have, oh really, we can't bypass that. Maybe we don't have to do that just yet because it's going to end up costing us a fair bit. So let's trim back all of these extra ones, and we'll just do the ones that's going to be immediately required. And it's already probably a little bit more so than we really need. And what we'll do is we'll pump it out over that way. Ooh. Interesting. We're right about connecting there. Okay, good. So now that'll give us some water connectivity. So let's find a solution that works there, as well as let's try and do something like this. Yeah, there we go. So we'll get that in place. So we'll get a fair bit of water going on in there. Now, so that's in place now. Now we can probably see maybe this area will have a little road that cuts through like so, and we'll have this guy tie in there. We'll have this guy tie over here, and yeah, probably this one will just now it's a little out of the way, isn't it? Something like that. We will need some power on this side, so we'll bring in another power cable. Yeah, I'm a little. You know what? We'll change this one, just so that we keep this fairly clean. So give me. Let's clean this one out. Yeah, so a little bit of planning and stuff happening at the moment. So let's go up to about there. And then what we'll do is we'll bring power into this area right here. Yeah, that should give everything power. So we'll do that, and we'll bring that cable. We'll do a bit of this, right? That should work. And then what we'll do is we'll find ourselves another something like this, and we'll run it down that way, and we'll tie it in there. Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind that. Okay, so now we've got all of our power connections over here, and this should be powered in this area as well. Now, the next piece that we want to do is we want to be looking at sewage. So let's get our sewage up and running. Our sewage planning going on. So we will need to give everything here access to sewage. So I'm thinking probably a spot like this will work. Yeah, what I'll do is we'll do that. We'll do another one kind of over there. Oh, we don't have the water substations just yet. And we'll also do a... Can't really see what's going on. Oh, yeah, we're stuck in the... we can't really do that. Maybe that spot there, beautiful. That spot there will work. Okay, now that's the starting point. So sewage, I think for the time being, we do need to make sure that we've got reasonable resilience in that network. We don't want to make the same kind of mistakes that we've always made. What's our... We may have to get our first connection point somewhere over here, and then we'll run it out there somewhere. I think that's... yeah, this is going up. And that's not ideal. That's not ideal. I'm not sure this will work, to be honest. Unless we just run it the other way around. Yeah, it seems to... That seems to be a bit of a low point there, right? So the water's coming up that way. Yeah, we can't actually run that back into this area, I think. Ooh, that's going to be a challenging one. Let's have a bit of a look. So if we were to say, right? If we were to say we'll grab one. Like that, and... do one more over here, and then we'll just do a dump somewhere in this location. So if we go with that, I'm not too sure how easy this is going to be. Don't think we'll have anything that works without us messing around with it. So if I were to say, yeah, nothing here is going on at the moment. Let's switch that back on. I do need to change this as a standard. This needs to go to like 15. Now let's go here. Now if I do this, we should be able to work a little bit on getting this to function. We'll get a discharge like that. I'm hoping this will work. Let's switch that off again. So that will start building. That's okay. We will start building the rest of this in just a minute. Now, let's have a look. The biggest pipes that we can get, that one will work. There. So that one will work. That's not a problem. This one will work. It's pretty close. This one will work. Ooh, I like it. It's good. Let's keep it going. This one won't work. It's not proper sloped. Okay, so this one will need to be a sewage pump, I think, in order for us to make that work. Let's get rid of that. Get ourselves a sewage pump instead. I think the standard one here is going to be okay. Let's flip it around so we are able to tie it into that road there. Okay, but that's obviously going to be... okay. So if we were to do this, right, and then we did this over here instead, something like that, will that work? That will work. I don't think this will work. That won't work. This one might work. Oh, crap. How did it do that? It's not that pipe, it's this pipe. Okay, come on. It's painful. It's painful deleting these. Okay, there we go. Try that one more time. Will we be able to do this? And come on. Get it there. Perfect. So the only issue we now have is this one. Can we move it instead? Can we move it to, say, over here? You need it somewhere like this, right? Let's see about that. If we do that, will that one work? Come on, work, please. Yeah, it's still lower, right? Okay, so let's delete both of these. I just want to try and avoid pumps if I can, right? So let's go with this one again and see, maybe need us to connect to, here's our infrastructure. What do we have built here? So if we do that, right, maybe that'll work. I'm hoping that might work. Still nothing, huh? Okay, well, if that's the case, let's just go back to where we were and we'll just do the pump thing. Okay, so let's do that, get rid of that, get ourselves a bit of a sewage pump here. Okay, so we'll flip it around. A little something like this, it'll be powered. There we go. We'll get ourselves this piece here. Something like that. We'll connect that in there and we'll... What? It's a pump, right? That's insane. See this. I know we're struggling with slope, but I thought it's a pump. It's probably it just pumps it up and then it needs to slope it back down again. So we really need it to go actually very close to this. Actually up here somewhere would probably work. Okay, let's just do that. So if we do this, go and grab ourselves the pump. So it actually just pumps it up straight from that one location here. So if we do something like this, it really should work. Okay, so let's do that. Grab it now. While this might be tedious, it will work. Let's try and get it, yeah, as straight as possible. And then this one will do that. Okay, perfect. So now we've got that pump going on. We'll grab ourselves a pump this way. That won't work, right? Yeah, I forgot that. Now I've actually figured out the pump thing a little bit better now. Okay, I'm hoping you guys aren't too troubled by it. But what we'll need to basically do is we need to bring it right up and close to this guy. Because the pumping is happening at this very location. So let's flip it around. And I think that should work, no problems. Basically, we want a pump to go in there. So that works. And that means the rest of this should work as well. So there we go. Actually, now I'm figuring it out a little bit better. That's really what we want to do. Okay, so now we've got our basic sewage in place here. we'll get that built. We need water substations, by the way. So let's get some water substations. These are okay. Could get water from multiple different locations though, but okay, let's flip it around. Get ourselves water let's see, it's something maybe somewhere in here. Okay, that should work. What's in the way here? Maybe over there instead. Okay, that should give us a bit of water. I'll have to see about that. Give me some water pipes, the big ones. Okay, so this guy, I think what I'll do is I'll try and tie that one in that way and this one in this way. There we go. So something like that gives us our water backbone. I kind of like that. That'll help us expand a little bit further. Does this guy have access to water? I don't know, but we may have to. I mean, we can quite comfortably expand it if we needed to expand it. Okay, that gives us our water infrastructure. Okay, perfect. So that's the first step there. What I might do is I might go and get our power infrastructure built. So let's build our power infrastructure. Is that everything? Is this being built? Let's get that built. And let's get this built. Perfect. So power infrastructure is being built. Yes, that's good. Now, we probably need to get our water infrastructure built. That's another 100,000 right there. There goes our sewage as well. Water and sewage ready to go. Okay, that's a good starting point. So now we will have, we do need to get our buildings done. So what I can do is I can do this and we'll just get these various buildings going. Power, that's pumping. These guys, that one. Okay, let's we'll get these guys going as well. Okay, so we'll get a few things built. Anything else? Oh, that one over there. Thank you very much. Did we? There we go. We need a little piece over there built too. And this one, yeah, all built. So excellent. So that's looking pretty good. Excellent. That's our square ready to go. Let's switch. Let's pause it up again. So there we go. That's the first pieces here. Now, what we would want to do is we definitely will need to bring in distribution. I'm kind of thinking this area here for a little bit of distribution. So at the moment, we only have the free distribution offices. So we've got, how many do we have? We've got 5 of them. So what we'll do is we will make a start with a few of them here. So 1, 2, 3. Let's start off with 3 of them. I think that's pretty good. We'll give them road access. We will, at the very same time, require them to have free fueling or a small fueling facility. If we go roads and we go to fuel, I want to build better stuff here, to be very honest. But as a starting point, let's just do this because so that we have this even if we get power issues or not. So let's do that. And we can probably do one more somewhere over there. So it's a bit of a kind of halfway house between the town and otherwise. Okay, so now we need to build these pieces of infrastructure as well. Okay, now we've got this here. We need vehicles. So if we purchase vehicles, yeah, we can't, unless we purchase from to be honest, our very first pieces, I think we're going to grab just from here. So we would like to do the oil tankers. Yeah, I'm going to go with these guys. It's a little bit more. How much does this take? Oh, no. Stop doing that. How do I do that? I want to make sure we don't do this going forward. I want to make sure we don't do this. If I go to this, it doesn't actually say it will start buying automatically. So what I want to do is I want to definitely stop doing that. Go to manual purchase, please. Okay, thank you. Manual purchase. So I think it's got manual purchase. Oh, well, just clear it off. Okay, so we've got 4 to start with, which is probably not the end of the world, but I don't want to do that. I was wondering how I can switch that off, but so we'll start it off. We'll grab ourselves the oil tanker. We'll grab one of them over here. Okay, you are going to get some tasks. So I'm going to grab the border post. We also need to switch on we're going to grab the border post. You're going to pick up fuel. And we're going to, sorry. Going to do that over there. And you're going to do similarly over here. And what I want to do is make sure that we go to about 70% of those. Or 60% of those should be a pretty reasonable task. So now they can immediately fill up and immediately start doing its thing. Now, the next piece that I want to do is a little bit better in terms of distribution. So I want us to have trucks that runs distribution into town. So we would like to go here and grab ourselves some level of warehouse. Doesn't have to be a massive warehouse. To be honest, the bigger the warehouse, the more difficult it's going to be for us to fill it. Something like this is probably about okay. I'm going to do that and maybe a road cargo station. I think it's a good idea to have a road cargo station. So a road cargo station. Yeah, I like that. Get ourselves a road cargo station on that side. It should be good. So let's get these built. Get them built for us, please. I'll rather buy a few new vehicles just to start with, and we want to make sure that we're getting into this straight away. This building is without power supply, but I don't think it's a big deal. So here what we'll do is we will, I kind of wonder if I just buy 2 more vehicles here and I'll unload it directly there. Okay, but what we do is limit our amounts. We don't want any crops. We don't want, we will need, let's give it about 5 of that. We won't need fabric. We will need a little bit of alcohol. We will need food. We will need clothing. We probably will need some electronics, some of this. We won't need plastic straight away. We might need explosives, but let's leave that be and let's get 5 of that. And then the rest is kind of going to have to be clothing, right? Go 10 clothing. And the rest is food. 35. So what do we have here now? So it's like 5, 10, 20, 30, 35, plus 35. So we've got a 70. So we need another 30 in there, basically. So let's up this by another 15. So to 50. Okay, and then we can up this to another 15, so 25 like so. Or we can do 20 and yeah, no. Let's just do 25 like so. We can always adjust it a little bit later. So there we go. That should give us reasonable numbers. Yeah, there we go. It's not too significant because all of this stuff will obviously need to be purchased, right? So what do I need to transport this? This is all covered hulls to do this, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to buy us 2 covered hulls. We'll need to upgrade this pretty quickly. So if we go covered hulls, the biggest and the fastest we can get, right? That's 70. 90. That's tiny. 7.4, 10. Yeah, to be honest, this is probably going to be better. So let's grab 2 of them. Now, you will be loading food and clothing and electronics and this and alcohol and chemicals and electronics. That's it. You're going to load all of that. And you can also come here and unload it over here for us. Unload up to 60%. Yeah, I think that's okay. I'm happy to do that. So they can get cracking straight away. I'll upgrade the road. Our money is holding for now. So that's our distribution. Then what we're going to do is we're going to say we need someone to come and pick up stuff here and distribute it to the various places that's going to need it. Okay, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, now let's build this town. Let us build this town and see how we go. So first things first, let's upgrade this road. Upgrade that, upgrade that, upgrade that. Upgrade this road and that road. Right, and upgrade all of this. Upgrade all of that. Come on, up to about there. And then we'll be honest, we can just do this. We want to build all of that. Okay, this is going to cost us a hell of a lot, but I think this should be our starter town. We can borrow money. If we need to, we'll borrow money. We just want to make sure that we've got the basics up and running. We can definitely do a few more road segments in here. Including all of this. Perfect, look at that. This guy is building. These guys shouldn't be buying any stuff right just yet. And what we'll do is we'll also create this and that and that and that and that. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and build all of that also. Money, 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 money. Okay, we do need to power on some stuff now. So let's go ahead and import power. Okay, that should be more than sufficient, I think. Do we have power here? Do we have power here? Potential too many connections, that should be okay. This guy should be running. This guy, okay, these guys. So again with this, how do I switch it off? Is there a setting where I can switch it off? I generally don't want these guys to be doing it, but maybe just limit the amounts. Well, let's just limit the amounts and say we want this to be about 50. Electronics can drop down a tad. Something like that. Pretty reasonable. Meat, we have got no plans for meat just yet. We need to get meat in here. So interestingly enough, and what I then want to do is just make sure that actually clear all of this. So you're all covered at the moment. Building is without drinking water. That's fine. We don't have any people here just yet. This is going to build, but for some reason it's going to... Yeah, it's going to immediately start importing the stuff it needs. And maybe it's okay we'll just, as we build these buildings, immediately switch over to none of that. Ooh, I want to fix this. This is going to be painful for me to keep looking at that. So let's just do this little gravel section here. Perfect. There we go. Nice. That's a little square. I'm going to make it a little nicer over time. But for the time being, it's just going to have to be the way it is. So this guy will have stuff being purchased straight away. Wish you could. Can you actually, if you place the building, right? Water treatment. Ah, there we go. Switch it off. Haha, there we go. Okay, because I didn't place this one in that way, so we'll fix it now. So let's just make sure to do that. So immediately it will have access to chemicals to get that sorted out. This can then slowly fill up. This will start filling up its tank, right? Oh, you know what? Keep messing this stuff up. I keep messing this stuff up. So let's stop that there. This is not going to go in there unless we get a pump. Let's go underground. I'm going to have to, unfortunately, demolish these. Let's do that. And what I'll do is I'll do that. Just try and remove them straight away. Perfect. It is actually working. I was so worried it's not going to work. Okay, that's costing us more money. Perfect. What we will want to do is want some pumping stations in place. So we do have this. If we do this, get the nice one in there, we'll do that and we'll do that. So that's the first one. I'll go ahead and procure all of that and we'll procure this one. Similarly, we would like to do a bit of a pumping station over here. We'll flip it around, do something like that. It's still getting rid of it. Yeah, so it's a little cheaty from us at the moment, but I just want to make sure we get our very first town up and running, and then we can start doing some stuff. So let's do that. So we'll get some extra what's there and get that going. So now this will be powered, and so this should then immediately start filling up with water. Beautiful. Okay, pause the game, get out of here. So that should do a little bit better. Now our first town is kind of looking the way it's going to probably look. I kind of like it to Moilski over here doing it. There we go, have some research that we can do straight away. We should see our trucks doing their job to bring stuff in here. What I will do is I will go ahead and upgrade that road segment, this road segment, that road segment, that road segment, and that road segment over there. And at the same time, I'll say, come on, guys, do that, get that done. So at least we've got reasonable road access to some of the key infrastructure. Did we now say, so now the next piece of the puzzle is we need to procure. What I'll do is I think, will I do smaller covered hulls? Something that can drive a little quicker. Well, I don't think we can do that much quicker, but these guys, maybe. No, that's just too small, right? Give me 2 of these, okay? And what we'll say is you will be picking up over here, whatever it is you want, and you'll be dropping it off over there and over there, right? And let's get all of these guys up to about 60%. Actually, this needs to go up all the way to 90. Let's get it up to 90 there. Oh, and you would also like to drop off some chemicals over there up to about 90, right? How much does this take? 6 tons? That's okay. So now we've got our local distribution going, and we know we can run our distribution from over there. So we want to make sure that we sort that out as best we can. So we've got our distribution running stuff in here, and then we're going to do additional distribution to distribute in this area, the local distribution, basically. Okay, so that's the town starting to take a little bit of shape. I think I'm probably going to leave it here and we will invite our first workers in the next episode. But we also need technical services. Before we do that, before we go any further, let's get some technical services going on. So we can grab technical services straight away. All right, that's 4, that's 8. That's 8 parking spots there. Let's grab this one. I like this one a little bit better. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do... Let's do it like that. Shouldn't be building it straight away. We'll get some... This is in our spot here, so let's clear that out. We'll come this way instead, and we'll tie in a road on this side. Let's do that again. Let's go technical services. Right here, we'll do something like this. Okay, so we'll get technical services on that side. They will come and pick up the various problematic stuff, the garbage. We do that, and we then let's switch off the snapping to go straight out of there, and then something like this, and then I believe be able to do that and that. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and do that. Perfect, that's getting built. At the same time, I may as well upgrade some of these sections. Perfect, and we'll also get a bit of an auto build on those road segments. We want to make sure that we've got reasonable road connectivity here. We want to do that, and we want to auto build that section. There we go. That's our town. We do need this one to be built so we can get our technical services going. Now, we will need a location to start taking stuff, but what can we do here? Can we say... so the hospital I know does hazardous. Let's just upgrade this. Don't think we need all of the... Well, we probably do. Let's get that going. Get this going. Let's get that one fixed. Get this one moving. That one there. That one's already done. That one's already done. This is a road connection that's missing. We'll make sure to add that in. Any other road connections missing? No, they're all working. Good stuff. So let's then also get all of this built. All of these little slithers. Okay, get all of them built. So we'll have that access straight away. We'll have to bring in some workers now. We just set up our first industries pretty quickly. Where are you heading to? You are bringing... What? Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to send you back and just start again, please. So where are you going now? Filling up with fuel. Okay, let's just do that. That was a little weird. Let's just get this section built also. Get that little section of road built. Okay, so that's kind of where we're starting. So we're going to get a little bit of action over here. We've got some basic supplies for the first people to come in. We will need drinking water straight away. We've got our technical services going. There's a few spots that it's actually missing. So let's just up that a little bit more. It can't get there. It has to be able to get there, guys. But what we will need to have a look at is, so this is the hospital. So we'll definitely need some hazardous waste containers here. Let's just do 2 of them. Actually, let's do 3 of them. And the rest of it is like mixed waste, right? Can we do, I don't think we can separate at the moment. Only industry buildings are using separation containers. No edification about waste separation. So at the moment, we can't do anything else. But what I might want to do is make sure that we keep biological waste separate if we can. And I'm not sure that's necessarily something we can do just yet. Yeah, so only industry buildings can do that. for the time being. So it's probably not helping us a lot at the moment. Okay, but that's it. So that's going to be the starting point for our waste collection. And then we'll have to plan out our area where we're actually going to go ahead and dump it. We're going to need trucks. So these use the large containers, right? Big garbage containers, exactly. So we will need vehicles that does big garbage collection. And unless there's some, what we'll need to do is grab, again, stop doing this though, please. We won't do it anymore. So let's get that out of the way. Let's get this out of the way as well. We don't want any of this. Won't want any of that. We don't want any of this either. Yeah, again, issues here. Just make sure we won't do it anymore. We've kind of fixed that problem. This one's also got fuel. My goodness. Just clear out all of this and make sure we've got it all sorted now. These are good. This guy isn't, it is connected. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that should go. Let's grab a couple of vehicles here. I'm just going to do maybe 2 of them there. And what we'll do is we'll grab 2 police vehicles over here, on 2 over here, and we'll grab ourselves a couple of vehicles here as well. Oh, that's an ambulance. So let's just grab 2 ambulances in that location. So that should be good. We don't have a proper fuel station nearby, so that's something we're going to need to build straight away. Let's get ourselves a fuel station quickly. Just the stock standard one, I think, is going to be more than sufficient in this location. So if I grab it like so, kind of looks like a reasonable spot for it to be. We would still be able to have access to the rest. So let's do that. Now, this shouldn't be stocked with stuff straight away, so I'm pretty keen to see how that works. Not stocked at all. So now what we can do is we can say, buddy, you can also please come and drop off fuel in this location up to about 60%. So now I'll actually have some local fuel for the few vehicles that we've got roaming around over here. So that's going to be where we're going to end it now. In the next episode, I'll start looking at what our waste facilities should look like. And then we'll start talking about our very first industry so that we can see about how we're going to start exporting stuff. We might also start working on something of a rail, but we need to start exporting stuff straight away. So food is going to be a priority. This area here, I think, is where we're going to do a fair bit of food. Might be a little bit out to this side, but I think food is a thing for us here. Still have a fair bit of room for expansion, and I think we'll be okay as soon as we start bringing in some people. We'll have everything sorted out, and we don't have to worry about heating at all this time around. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.